But one highlight from that night is Saikuno came to join and Ryan came to join. And my favorite thing that happened the whole night is I was sitting down. There's this old Asian guy at the corner of a blackjack table. And we decide to sit down at this table. So I sit next to the old Asian guy. He's drinking wine. He's smoking a cigarette. And Timmy sits down. Abe sits down. Tarik sits down. Tarik, the guy goes, the lady goes, IDs? And we all give our IDs. Tarik goes, oh man, I need my ID. He had lost his because he was wearing overalls on the first day and his overalls came off. Okay, he flipped them upside down and just, of course, it's an open pocket. He just flips his overalls off and it falls. Like, what do you expect? He's like, where's my ID? I put it in my pocket. I was like, the pocket that's wide open at the front of your overalls that you flipped upside down? Okay, but also coming from me, I lost my credit card on the first day. I just had my fanny just fanny pack wide open. Sorry, I learned that fanny means something else in British. Okay, so my fanny pack was wide open, and I also just lost my ID. Sorry, my ID, my credit card. And I was like, well, it's gone. So I can't say too much. But second night, Tarik flipped his overalls off and bam, his ID. So we're at the table. The lady's like asking for IDs. He's like, oh, let me go get my passport. He leaves. Okay, we sit down with this guy, and we are winning. Just easy hands, like 20s, 19s, just dealer busting. Boom, boom. I'm like, wow, this is freaking great. I don't think we've lost a hand. Damn, I love blackjack. This is great. We keep hitting, blah, blah, blah. Tarik comes back 20 minutes later, drops his ID on the table. They're like, all right, give him his chips. The second he plays a hand, boom, dealer hits 21. The guy next to me, this old guy, and he's just like, hey, why did he sit down? I'm like, why? And he's kind of saying it to me, but he's also just like saying it to himself. And I was like, uh-oh, he's not happy. Okay. Just like huffing and puffing. Okay. And I was like, uh-oh. So I was like, hopefully the luck turns around. Next hand comes out. We all lose again. He loses again. Cause like, and I turned to Ryan. Ryan's standing in between us. I was like, the guy next to me is not happy with Tarik. And Tarik doesn't register any of this. He's just playing along, okay? Tarik's asking Abe, like, what do I do with this hand? He's like, 16 you're supposed to hit. Or you could hit, but like you're supposed to. And he's like, I don't want to. I'm going to pass. So the dealer passes Tarik, blah, 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 blah. The guy loses his hand, hits or something, gets a card that I think, like, if, say, Tarik would have hit, then the next card he wouldn't have busted. You know, it's all whatever, right? Like, you don't know. But people are superstitious at a blackjack table. They don't like when people come in mid-shoe. They don't like it if you start playing weird. You hit one time and you don't hit the next. They like consistency. Okay, this guy was so then the guy, and it goes like, what? So it's kind of talking to me a bit. The guy's just like, yeah. Starts going, troublemaker. He looks at me, he's like, why does he sit down? Why did he sit down? Troublemaker. And then Tarik goes, wait, is he mad at me? I was like, yeah, he's mad at you. Okay, mind you, also this whole time, 5 minutes into this, a woman comes by and they always offer massages, like while you're gambling. And they're like, massage? Tarik's like, yeah, sure, whatever. So Tarik's chairs flip backwards. He looks so chill. He's leaned up, getting a massage from this lady. Abe's getting a massage next to him. They're just playing, he's just playing off, okay? This shoe continues to be, the whole thing was bad, okay? Tarik would hit 20s constantly, and then the dealer's flipping 21 constantly. I'm losing like a lot. I'm starting to side with the guy next to me. Like at one point I was like, bro, why didn't you hit though? Like if you had, like I felt I was with him. I was like, what the? I felt the anger because it was one of my big hands. Like I went in on this hand. It was like $300 on a hand of blackjack. I was like, this is a big hand. Like, no funny business. And there he was. And he's like, not gonna hit. And he would have, and we tracked it. And like he would have, the dealer would have busted, right? And then finally the one that tipped the guy over Tarik did something. I think he stayed now. He just stayed on his 16 instead of, oh no, he hit on his 16 instead of stayed. All right. And he took like a 10 that then, this guy probably would have hit his 21. Boom, boom, comes to this guy, or this guy loses his hand. He gets up. He goes, fuck you, man. Rage quits. Gets up from the table and barges off. He just left. Chips on the table. He's still playing. He just gets up and leaves. It was so funny, and he was so valid. He was so valid for it. We could not stop cracking up. So then the guy leaves, and I start playing for like this table. I was like, oh, can I open 2 hands? So I opened 2 hands. I started playing, and then the massage lady at some point asked Tarik, like, or Tarik goes, hey, it's fine, we're done. And it's like 20 minutes later, she's like, no, we're just getting started. So he gets like, all right. So the massage continues. An hour into this massage, right? It's $2 per minute, I believe, something like that. An hour in, he's like, hey, I'm good on the massage. And she goes, okay, it's $120. $120. And he goes, what? He's like flabbergasted by the cost. And I look at his chips, and he's got $100. And he's like, I actually don't have enough money right now. Can you wait for me to win this blackjack hand? I died of embarrassment. I was like, you cannot say that. I threw my chip over to him so fast. I was like, dude, pay her now. Pay her. I flung my chips so fast. I pay her. Dude, you cannot say that. Okay, you can't just be like, oh, sorry, I don't have the money, but let me just win a hand real fast. So I was just dying of secondhand embarrassment from that guy. So he paid her. And then I don't know if he actually won the next hand. No, he's so funny, but he's so embarrassing. What I realized, like when I was hanging out with Tarik throughout the weekend, he was always getting scolded, like by an employee. Someone was always saying, or I heard a dealer say to him, for the 5th time. I don't know what followed, but I heard her go, for the 5th time. I was like, stop asking her questions. They're sick of you. And then Abe's like, just ask me the questions. And we were playing craps. I know he was asking rules. Like, so in this case, what do I do? And he kept asking, like, what do I do on this hand or whatever? Nah, it was hilarious. That was honestly, those were like my highlights. It was just watching my friends. No, it was so funny. And then we had a generational craps run. Like Timmy to me to Abe to Saikuno to Ryan. Boom, boom, boom. Never hitting 7s. Just going straight for it. Doom. Like we were making money. Stacks. Craps was going up. We were doing this thing called the 3-point molly, which is like you play the pass line and then you play it again and then you play it again and then you have it your odds behind it, 3 numbers on 3 of them, and then we're just printing money. I literally said at one point, we are printing. Okay, this is awesome. And Ryan doesn't even gamble, and he was having a good time. He's like, this is great, whatever, blah blah blah. Everyone has this we're all great shooters, right? He comes to Tarik, and he's like, I'm nervous. I've never done this before. And then he's like, he makes a comment. He's like, if I throw a 7, like right now, like I'm going to be so sad. And he throws it immediately. It's a 7, but it's okay because like on the first run, you're supposed to hit 7 or 11 and you win your bet. So it's fine. I'm like, well, you won us money. He throws again, hits 11. Oh, perfect. Okay. And then immediately he cropped out. Like, boom, you hit a 7, you lose for the whole table. So it was really, really great. All of us, perfect runs. Like everyone was cheering on that side of the table. Everyone was cheering on our side. Gets to Tarik. Instantly, it was bad. So then he got really sad. He's like, oh no, I got like my nerves. I was nervous, yada, yada, yada. The die goes to this one guy on the other side of the table, this older like gentleman. And he knows what he's doing. This guy's like touching the die all fancy. The way he throws the die just perfectly hits the backboard. He has a generational run. I mean, it was awesome. We were dancing. Woo! I was spinning in circles like, woohoo. It was great. So good that later when we're at the bar, this man found us, comes up to us and goes, hey, that craps table though, right? What a run. What a run it was. We bonded over it. So that was good. So then I like made up a lot of my lost money over there. I'm playing craps. It was a good time. And then, yeah, I mean, it was a fun weekend. A lot of moving parts, a little bit of chaos. I think I cried once. No big deal. I have feelings. And then, yeah, it was good. It was a long time though. I'm really happy to be back. Tarik is both a baby girl and a himbo. he is. He has a lot of. He's sensitive. That's what I realized. I was like, oh my God, but he takes it well. Like if you say like, dude, chill. He's like, my bad. I apologize. I just don't know how to play. He's baby girl and himbo at the same time. But I'll never forget that huffing and puffing man to my left. Like that guy had me rolling. I mean, he's right here. So I'm just hearing him like, oh, God. Oh, troublemaker. Like only for me to hear. Like, who are you talking to? I was like, Tarik, you are pissing him off. And my first play was to like, I don't know this guy either. Like I was pretending not to know Tarik and I was like, I know. Why did he sit down? And then eventually I was like, okay, I know the guy. And I'm embarrassed.